what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sip-Off, where we have drinks and talk all things basketball. Football is winding down some, and basketball is becoming a little more prevalent on coverage. So we have a pretty jam-packed show for you. NCAA is revving up. NBA has hit about a third through the season. And then WNBA free agency starts in about 2 weeks. So let me go ahead and get my co-host on. We got Jahan Phillips. What's up, Jahan?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
How's your week been?
Ready for the work week to be done.
On a short week at that, right?
Yeah, but short ain't always the best.
I get it. What are you drinking tonight?
Your week?
It's been kind of hectic, yeah. But it's been good.
Yeah.
I am going to a couple of local basketball games tomorrow. The high school playoffs start in about a month, and so inter-district play just started this week. It's been pretty exciting, so I'm excited to go cover some of those games.
Okay. Rooting interest.
Well, definitely, because I'm going to see my alma mater play their biggest rival. And so but both coaches I went to high school with. I graduated with the lady that is the coach of Randall, but we all went to Canyon High, and that's who they're playing. So I don't know who I'm rooting for, but love to watch the girls play. And then Kennedy's school, I'm going to their JV game. They're actually really ranked really high in the state as well. So their JV team is 19-4. But their varsity team, I don't know what their record is, but they have one of the best players in the state. And then Amarillo High, which is another local high school, they're the reigning state champions. So girls basketball is pretty lit over here.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
All right, well, let me go ahead and get the guest in here. We got Detroit Dom. Oh,
yo.
You had to claim that win, huh?
You know, the funny thing is, that game was on late. Like, I saw it was on. I'm like, oh, Pistons play tonight, 10 o'clock. I was in bed when we tipped off. And then Steve tagged me like, oh, we're up 3 going into the second half. And I'm like, man, enjoy that. And then I saw on Bleacher, like, oh. Sadiq Bey trying to not get traded.
He's trying to not get traded?
Yeah.
Should he? Sadiq Bey.
Facts. He can go.
Why? Why you don't like Sadiq?
You can go.
Why?
He's plateaued. He's so inconsistent. He doesn't even start anymore. He's shooting like 41, 42% from the field, barely 30% from 3. I've been saying since we drafted him.
I don't have a dog in the fight. I was just
inconsistent,
adding to his nickname.
You know what Sadiq is? He's the epitome of why we shouldn't shoot so many threes, because he shoots 31% this year.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to get the rest of our guests in, and then we will break into
just saying.
NBA. We got Will Vogel in the house. What's up, Will?
Like in college basketball, a lot more than pro basketball these days.
Right.
My team is...
As is mine.
LaMelo Ball is literally carrying the team. But you know what's shocking is Plumlee, as much as I don't like him, is actually posting up double-doubles lately.
Well, yeah, every dog has their day on a bad team. So.
But I haven't gone to a game this year. I think I'm going to go next month just to go at least once.
Okay, what's up, Dan?
Well, when did they already play Dallas at home?
I don't know, but I would love to see Luka.
Yeah. If your team's bad, go to see your favorite player.
That's what I'm planning to do.
That's why I went and saw Dallas, so I could see Spencer, and I'm going to go in March to see Jimmy Buckets.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring our last guest on. We have Joseph Jenkins. What's up, JJ?
Fresh cut and all. What's going on?
I see.
You already know. I'm just saying. You know me.
So, what is everybody drinking Because I see Dom pouring a shot. What are you taking a shot
Just
of?
pour it up.
I thought we was
I
gonna
got
talk.
some.
Tell
I
y'all
got
about
some
my
Crown Apple mix in
day
this.
for a second.
What'd you say,
staple.
JJ?
Y'all didn't ask me how my day was. I was about to tell you a couple
I'm
seconds.
sorry.
We don't care how your day was, sir.
Going?
Oh no, it's okay. I'm about to say everybody was good. Everything is great. I got off work a little late, but it's whatever. So, as I said, Eric Thomas, working through me.
Wait, Eric
I'm
Thomas or Eric
drinking-
Davis?
Eric
I'm
Thomas, the
drinking a
preacher.
red blend.
Nice.
I got some 1800 and the same beer I've been drinking because it's
I love
tradition
y'all.
at
Y'all
this point.
said, okay, Joseph, bye. Let me go back to our drinks.
Sorry, I wanted to drink. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I didn't mean it. It
You,
was
Joseph.
personal, Joseph.
It's about basketball
Cheers,
Okay.
y'all.
and
Okay,
drinking.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Mm.
I have, based off of the things that I've been listening to and the rework of myself, I would say if I drink this year, it would probably be on 1 or 2 occasions. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. And I'm even cutting down my other vice that I'm known for. in my
Okay.
life. 16,
Gambling?
15
Never.
Third vice.
No.
That's third vice. But,
Third vice, yeah.
wise
What's up,
person
Mike?
told me- He's like, you're going to have to sacrifice. He's like, there's always something in your
Oh,
money.
well, you know it's no. Oh no. Well, see, you should have been on here drinking, Mike.
Mike! I rock with Mike. I rock with Mike. I like Mike. Like Mike.
Like Mike. Well, it's no pressure on here. If you don't want to drink, don't drink. Drink some water. I'm
It's
a connoisseur of water.
Right.
Vitamin
It's
water.
not a requirement. Just a suggestion.
It's not a requirement.
I'd rather
Right.
get back to my level of being the tipsy one, the sober one, watching all my friends be drunk.
I like drinking Joe though. He's fun.
I like the music videos that come from Drinking Joe. And the dancing.
That
All right, guys. Let's
Henri
go ahead and jump.
Pierpont, Henri Pierpont,
What?
Henri Pierpont, Pon Jojo, or what do we call it? What was that name you and Nate gave me that label?
Grey Poupon.
Grey Poupon.
Nah, man, I'm just chilling.
How are you gonna get the name, but he's not gonna come with the fire?
Because he
I don't
can't
know.
remember crap.
because he was drunk.
I wasn't drunk.
That's fair. You were lit. That's true. That's fair.
I wasn't drunk at all.
You were.
Jahan, you gotta lie. We're all friends.
In your life.
You gotta
Okay,
lick
so
the
let's
kid.
go ahead.
When Jahan's voice went a little higher, that's when I knew he was tipsy.
Let's go ahead
Nah,
and jump
man.
into the first topic. We have seen a ton of 40-plus performances in the NBA over the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks or so. In December, we had Joseph, we can totally hear that.
What is that?
It's just, I'm not gonna say.
That's his.
I know-
You know.
I know exactly what it is.
Come on
My
now,
bad.
y'all.
Go
We
ahead,
only
guys.
got an hour.
My bad.
Yeah, we could totally hear that. So in the month of December, we had how many do we have? 45 or
45.
40 plus performances in the month of December. And then in this week we've had several too. Like I think we're close to double digits and we're only on the 5th?
Day 5. Yep.
Day 5. So let's talk about your favorite 40 plus performance, whether the player has multiple ones or just your favorite performance from that. So Dom starts off.
Well, I was already going to go off script, and I'm reading, this is a quote, pick your favorite player or performance that had 40-plus points in the game last month.
Is that not what I just said?
Yes.
Not 40, mind you, but on December 28th, in a 20-point win against the Orlando Magic.
If it's not 40, why are you talking about it?
Because it was 32 in 28 minutes, and he missed one shot.
Oh, okay. All right.
Alec
Talk
Burks.
about it.
We'll make an
Nah,
exception.
nah. We're not making
Because he's a
exceptions,
piston.
Megan.
Because he's a piston. He's a Pistons
Can I
fan.
talk
They don't
about
have 40+
Can I be happy
performances.
about something the Pistons did, like just one time
Right.
all year?
This
I was
is
gonna say Alex Burke is a Piston, so I don't
Can we
blame
put-
you.
this
let's
is some
put
horse
an
shit.
Until I sat behind his family.
We'll put
Super
an
cool.
asterisk
Like his,
on it.
I don't know, his daughter or his niece was
We'll
just
put an
absolutely
asterisk on this
infatuated with
one.
me.
Wait,
We'll
y'all
put
let
an
Dom
asterisk
talk.
on it.
Let Dom talk.
Also, in that same game, Sadiq Bey came off the bench. We beat Orlando by 20. Between
Okay.
Alec Burks and Sadiq Bey, they had 62 points off the bench.
Oh, that's
But
huge.
yeah, that was it. And I saw it, and he missed that shot. I'm like, no, ruined his perfect game, because the last person I saw do that was also former Piston Tony Snell. But he had like maybe 18 points or so. But like
Right.
the basket was the ocean that game. And he, like, as bad as we are, he's averaging 14.2 points off the bench, and he's not even our number one bench player. Killing it. I hope we re-sign him. He's not
Right,
like,
yeah, definitely.
he's a veteran presence, and he's great off the bench, but he's not the veteran presence that we need. But take it
Right, I
away,
get that.
whoever.
You need a veteran on your starting lineup for sure.
Yeah, trade that pick.
Okay. Will, talk to us about either your favorite player that had 40+ points or just your favorite 40+ performance.
My favorite 40+ performance by my favorite player, we all know it, it's Luka Doncic. Luka, when he scored 40+ points, here's some notes. Most points in a game by a Maverick. It was actually 60 points. It was his 60-point game. He missed the free throw on purpose to get the following putback to send it to OT.
Right.
That was Donovan
It
Mitchell,
is
sir.
tied for the most field goals made
No, it
in a
wasn't.
game by a Maverick. Most points in the arena's history, American Airlines Arena history, passing one Stephen Curry. Most first 60-20-10 game in NBA history. Second 60-point triple-double in NBA history. Most 50-point plus games by a Maverick. 3. Sixth player in NBA history that records 6 or more 40-point triple-doubles. And guess what? He's only 23 years old.
Right.
He's still
Luka's
getting better
still
and
only
better
23?
and he's only getting better and better. And guess what? He has 7 triple-doubles tied with Jokic this year. So I think the MVP in my eyes will come down to those two.
Sounds legit. All right, Joseph, what you got?
It's funny that y'all talked about Dom. I can't think of the last time Dom has not ever connected some topic to the Detroit Pistons or Detroit something. That is like me with gambling. That is his normal.
I would have muted him. But Megan Knight.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Correct me if I'm wrong, Megan, because I don't remember exactly, but I believe this was in December. DC's very own Kristaps Porzingis against the Minnesota Timberwolves when he dropped 41 points and we blew them out by 25 to 26 points, I believe. Just for the simple fact of the matter is he was on a roll. He was hitting his threes, and for the life that he has, he puts the work in. He really does put the work in, and he has such a good game about him. Like, he's the type of guy that you would think that he needs to bang down in the post to really be that effective guy, or at least stay within 15 feet. Dude hits bank shots. I think he looked at Tim Duncan's career because he's making bank shots similar to how Tim Duncan used to do it, and he definitely is a great shooter. And that 41-point game, he thought he could hit everything. He thought he could literally hit everything, but he did. So that's my favorite 41-point performance because it was probably the best game the Wizards played offensively all season. I think it's the highest points we scored this season.
Wait, talk about Porzingis?
KP Porzingis.
And the next time he bangs down low will be the first time he bangs.
Not actually true. You actually may not watch him very well. He actually hangs in the paint all the time. He bangs down low. He is not.
I don't watch Wizards games. Here, take that lottery pick for Bradley Beal. Take it.
Bradley tore his hamstring. I think
Take it.
he's out for the year.
He's out for a week.
I don't care. He'll
He
be fine
tore his
next
hand.
year.
I
Take it.
thought he was out for
Bradley
the
tore his
week.
hamstring.
So
He's out for a week.
he injured his hamstring, and then next thing you know, when he came back, he was injured again, and you see him, his face, he was crying, like he was bawling.
Oh my gosh, I didn't
no.
know that.
Bawling.
I
it's
love
like-
Bradley
I need to
Beal.
see that.
I do
Yeah,
too.
I like Bradley a lot. Okay, so my favorite 40-plus performance came from Spider Mitchell. I've been a huge fan of Spider ever since he should have won MVP or Rookie of the Year. Ben Simmons wasn't even a rookie.
That doesn't count. I agree.
Amen.
It doesn't count. He wasn't a rookie. And so I've been a huge fan of him since then. I think he's got a whole lot of heart. He loved being in Utah, I think, for a while, and then things happened with Gobert, and they
You
moved
wanted
on
the
from
Pistons to
Gobert.
draft him.
Who?
Spider. He didn't miss a shot at his workout with us.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Instead, we took Luke
So,
Kennard.
So 3 days ago, he and actually on Monday night, the same night as Monday Night Football, so it got kind of overshadowed some. I know we did talk. I mean, people saw the headlines, but people weren't paying attention to it. In an overtime win against the Bulls, he had 71 points. His next highest scoring game was actually in the bubble in an overtime loss to the Nuggets. This is when Jamal Murray and Spider were going back and forth with 40 and 50 plus point performances, and he had 57 in that game. And that's actually when they got sent home in the Western Conference Finals of the bubble championship. Honey?
Mine also came from Monday night. Klay Thompson.
55,
Klay Thompson. 54. And Klay did
Right.
54 on 21 of 39 shooting. 10 3-pointers. 10 3-pointers. 10 of 21 from 3.
I thought
And the Warriors won in double overtime on a Kevin Looney game winner. But, wait, there's more. This is Klay's best game since 60. Since his 60, December 5th, 2016. And it's his 4th career 50-point game. And it's his 7th game with at least 10 threes. Let's go.
That was a really good
I like
one.
it.
I love Klay. I was so happy for him.
it's interesting because
Yeah.
I was one of the people like Ray Lynn. Sorry to cut you off, Megan. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just love a great bounce back performance. And I know a lot of people were saying that Klay was washed and that he just wasn't quite the same since the injury. And so with Steph not being able to play right now, I love that Poole and Klay have been able to just step up both of their offensive performances. Go ahead, Justin.
Go ahead, Joe.
Now you go ahead, Will. I'll go after. You go ahead.
And they're thinking Curry could come back for this road trip,
Oh, okay.
which will be
No need to rush him back.
It's not time to play the long game.
The regular season is a formality.
It's time to play the
It
long
is,
game.
but right now, I'm sorry, Joseph. Go ahead.
No. You go ahead. I'll go after. You go ahead.
Well, right now though, the Warriors are sitting at number 9, so they're barely a play-in team. And I know, because how many games have we had? We've had 30. Most of us have had 37, 38 games. So, I mean, we are a third of the way, a little over the third of the way through the season. So it is kind of getting down to crunch time and figuring out what you're going to do. We know All-Star and trade deadline is coming up. So, this is kind of the point when you got to start. You don't want to rush him back, but you definitely want to start thinking about what's going to get you to the playoffs. And especially when, I know Eastern Conference, yes, but Western Conference seeding is really important. So, they got to have that right matchup.
You just got to get to 5.
But my question is, who is behind them that you think is going to catch them? Utah is the only viable candidate, or Anthony Davis is out. So I don't know if the Lakers are going to make it. Minnesota.
No, you're right. You're right. Jazz is number 10.
Utah's a
Minnesota's
fraudulent team. They've been playing.
I disagree.
I don't think they're
Utah.
fraudulent.
I think Lauri Markkanen has finally got his groove.
He
And I like to
killed
see that for
us
him.
a few nights
Jordan
ago.
Clarkson is still balling. He's
I
not
agree.
up the
I like
numbers.
Markkanen and I like Clarkson.
I think they're where everyone. I think they're where they're going to need to be after the hot start. I mean, they're still a decent team where they can get some wins. They give me the team that's going to be 42-41 or 42-40, and all the wins and most of the wins
That's what I meant. I didn't mean.
And most of the wins are at home. But with Golden State,
they're going to be like a.
Hold on. We'll let Joseph talk.
No, he can finish. He can finish because he was kind of leading into something I was saying. He can go ahead and finish.
No, what I was going to say is I don't mean they're terrible. I just think they're going to be 42-42 or 41-41. Like not great.
But to make I know that's when you teams want to start kind of getting into gear, like getting ready to play.
Joseph, you got to echo.
All right, I'm about to get.
Look at everyone being so polite tonight.
You said what?
I said, look at everyone being so polite tonight.
Oh, no, maybe I'm the echo. That's weird.
Could be me.
Is it me?
I'm not. Everybody's got echo right now.
Hello.
I'm gonna leave and come back and see if maybe it's me.
No, it's not you.
Y'all talk. You said
Is it me?
Oh, now it's gone. It was Jahan. Okay. All right. Let's do a quick.
Only one we didn't accuse.
I know. I was just saying to Megan's point. I get what you're saying because this is a time for teams to get into gear, get into their rhythm. They start to figure out what's the rotation. But I think Golden State's going to be fine because I think if Wiggins comes back before Steph, that gives them another piece they can rely on as they are giving him back. Because I think if they stay in that pace, they may give him back until he's fully healthy, and then that's when they make the push for a top 5 seed. Because that's if they could stay in that 8 to 9 and 9 to 7 range and just keep up with the other teams. When Steph comes back, that's when they're going to make the push for that top 5 seed. Because to be honest with you, you know what teams you're going to be dealing with. I think we kind of have a clear idea who's going to be in the top 4 right now, the way they're playing. But Steph and them are coming. I like where they are. I mean, given all that they've been through, all the injuries, all the up and downs, the Draymond incident with Jordan Poole, they couldn't be the worst. They could catch the Kings if the Kings keep winning. That's going to be.
Didn't Draymond just get ejected?
He did.
The Kings are the Kings.
No, I disagree. I disagree.
To Dom's point, I will say the one person on their team, and I like the bigs that they have. That Jalen Duren, I like what they have with him and what he can bring on the rebounding end. Just get his low post.
We're talking about the Pistons. What for?
But if you want Bradley Beal, you gotta give up somebody.
You can't. No, you get that pick. That's it. You have Sadiq Bey. Give me Kuzma too.
Would you think Kuz wants to come back home?
Yes. No. Maybe.
Where's home? Where's home?
He's from Flint, Michigan.
Flint town.
He's from Flint. There are better options. There are better trade options out there.
You think Kuzma should go to Detroit?
I wanted us to draft him.
That's what I was just asking.
I'm just glad to see him shine, getting away from LeBron.
The team I think that needs to make a move and really think about it is Phoenix. I think Kuzma at the 4 spot in Phoenix would be a perfect fit.
Yes.
Something that Jahan posted the other two was about Tyrese Halliburton. So speaking of former Kings, he's over in Indiana now and is on pace to be the only player to have, what was the stats, Connie?
20 points per game, 10 assists per game on 40% from 3 in a season.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And so, clearly, we're not to the halfway point yet, but we're pretty close. And so, we're at 37 games. We're almost to the halfway point in the season. So if he can finish that out, he'll be the first to ever do that. And nobody mentioned Giannis had a career high as well. And then he had a back-to-back performances.
Yeah. Did he make three-pointers?
Can we just get out the way that if you want most of these 40-point games came against my team? for these bigs. You know, I posted that
I saw
today.
your post. I saw your post.
If you want your star to have a great game, that's ain't it.
Play the Wizards.
It's the truth.
Go look at our
When
box scores.
DeAndre Ayton averaged 30 in his 2 games against us.
Oh shit.
I'm
sorry.
I'm
I'm sorry. Okay. Real quick, let's do some
Megan, I
pick'ems.
love that reaction. Oh, shit.
My bad. Okay, so the Grizzlies are playing right now, and we might do tomorrow's pick'em since these games are kind of more than halfway over right now. Clippers Nuggets hasn't started yet. Who y'all got? They're at home. The Nuggets are at home.
Nuggets.
Nuggets. Utah Houston hasn't started yet either.
I actually could see the Clippers taking it.
Still taking Dallas over Boston.
I could see the Clippers taking
Stop
it
it.
over. I could see the Clippers taking it against the Nuggets because PG's playing, Kawhi is playing. You know, that team, they have talent. They just have they're going through the load management report, and they are the type of team that any top tier team when they're coming to their team.
That load management is that dead weight Kawhi. Even when he plays, he's been having under 20 points. So the Grizzlies are playing right now. They're playing the Magic in Orlando. They're up 102 to 84. The Celtics are up they have 8 minutes left in the third quarter, 67 to 50 over Dallas.
69-50.
Okay. Google. I'm on Google. They're a
No,
little
I'm just
late.
watching the game.
Then the Jazz versus the Rockets is 57 to 47.
50.
Jazz up. Okay.
Hold on. Quick question for you, Megan, because this is kind of like a sports bet purposes.
He had 24 the other day.
How much time is left in the Grizzlies versus the
24?
Magic?
That ain't shit for Kawhi. I'm sorry, Jay. What did you say?
How much time is left in the Grizzlies and Magic game?
9 minutes and 30
Megan
seconds.
loves Kawhi Leonard.
I need 3 points from Ja Morant. Just 3.
3. Okay.
You'll get that.
Well, he has 25. He's 25 and 10 right now.
So I just need 28 from him. 3 more points.
Okay. Let's go around and we'll do some of the games tomorrow.
Shut up, Jahan.
He just barely
I second
spoke.
that.
Stop it. Everybody take a drink and chill the fuck out.
Wait, he already out. He rested.
He's resting. Okay.
But they're down by 7.
So tomorrow.
If they get to like 10, they have a chance to put them back in.
Go ahead, Megan.
So I'm going to go through and do a few of the games tomorrow. We got the Trailblazers versus the Pacers. Pacers are at home.
Pacers.
Tie.
I think I'm gonna go with the Trailblazers. I think I'm gonna go with the Trailblazers here because one thing I know about Indiana that is a little bit of a problem for them. They have an issue defending the 3, and right now, Jeremy Grant, Anthony Simons, and Dame Lillard.
Same shit.
I thought it was Simons, like Simons.
No, it's 2 M's.
Oh, it's 2 M's. It's 1 M, so I thought it was Simons.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Announcers say Simon.
It is 1 M. It is 1 M.
That's Simons.
They say, but
I
like Portland. What they have in the parts where they can really maximize against them is against Buddy Hield on defense. There's Anthony Simons, and Jalen Smith has a difficult time defending perimeter 3-point power forwards, and that's Jeremy Grant. So I think it's a game that I got them on the road with a little bit of an upset because I think they are the underdog in this one.
Will, who you got?
I'm actually going to switch. I think Portland's better. I wasn't thinking about that aspect. Give me Portland.
I am. What is Portland's record?
They're like 19 and 18. They're like 19 and 18 or 20 and 19 or something.
I'm taking Indiana.
19 and 18.
Indiana. He said point spread Jenkins. That's funny.
Who called me that?
Okay.
Oh.
Jay. We got the Nets versus the Pelicans at home in New Orleans, and no Zion.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, Nets by 50. Oh, look. Pelicans looking so good, and now Zion's out for multiple weeks. Who saw that coming?
I kind of got Pelicans at home because at the end of the day, their role players play well at home. Herbert Jones, Troy Murphy.
They do play well at home.
My favorite boy, Jose Alvarado.
Hayes.
Hayes, they all play well at home. And
Oh,
CJ
Mark
McCollum.
Bell's boy, Jackson Hayes.
So I actually
okay, here's a fun one. Jahan, who do you have on this one though? Nets?
Brooklyn.
Nets, Pelicans.
Of course.
Okay.
Brooklyn, of course.
Here's a fun one. Washington versus OKC in OKC.
Oklahoma City.
Oh, Dinwiddie with the 3.
OKC, Giddy, and SGA are just too much. Sorry, Joseph.
I trade that pick.
It's not necessarily that they're too much. It's just going to come down to the wire. And again,
we get
beat. No, we get beat in the paint against bigs. What does SGA like to live in? The paint. So he dropped.
For sure.
He came back one on the last shot against us last time, and we were at home.
But I don't know if he's gonna play. He didn't play last game.
I was gonna say, is he gonna play?
Did you guys see a few nights ago that all the OKC starting 5 went for 20+?
I did not.
I'll trade that number 1 pick in Sadiq Bey and our next 30 lottery picks for SGA and Giddy.
Can we get up to the Toronto Raptors and Milwaukee Bucks and Phoenix Suns, and then for playing a 1990s 2000 NBA game a couple of nights ago, like low scoring, bad shooting, good defense, and that 100 just made the 100-yard
I
mark.
love that.
I like that a lot.
I love any game where both teams score under 100, even if it's bad shooting.
It was 7. Sorry about the sorry for the tangent, but yeah.
Love that.
So then we also have the Pistons versus the Spurs in San Antonio.
Oh my God.
Neither one of us want to win this game.
I got San Antonio.
The two worst defensive teams in the league.
But hold on, let me say this also. Devin Vassell is out, so keep that in consideration.
You still win.
I like Trey Jones in this matchup against them.
Give me the Spurs.
Wow.
You guys play.
I want y'all to support the tank.
No, you got it.
But the last time y'all faced,
we don't beat bad teams. We beat good teams.
But the last time y'all faced somebody at home at the same record, y'all did like that. I think y'all blew out Houston by like 20 points. Y'all blew them out.
You're right. Because at the end of the day, we still got pop. I'm gonna say Pistons because I'm not jinxing my team.
You're wrong.
You said I'm wrong.
I'm gonna say San Antonio because Pistons not good.
Hey,
neither
Jay,
San Antonio.
San Antonio's not good either.
Hey, Jay,
we don't beat good teams.
They better than y'all.
We don't beat
they better than
teams.
y'all.
We beat good teams.
Yeah, they better than y'all.
Jay Nelson, we swept.
We got 12 wins. We got 12 wins.
Better implies
Pistons got 11. Pistons got 11, and the Hornets got 10. That means we're in last place right now. Let's go.
Hey.
Tank for Vic. Tank for Vic.
Sweet.
Also,
you got that number 1 pick for LaMelo.
If you want your big at the most rebounds, play Charlotte.
Hey man, you better chill out, Joseph. You talking real reckless over here on the show today, man. You better chill out. Didn't we beat the Wizards? Didn't we beat the Wizards?
We beat you too. We beat you too.
We beat the Wizards.
1-1.
Time for a shot.
Okay, so the next game we got Cavs versus the Nuggets in Denver.
One of those 100-somethings. Butterscotch.
I've got the Cavs in a close one.
It depends who's playing.
No,
if
maybe.
Out and the Nuggets are tough at home.
I can't even find mine.
Very tough at home.
They are.
And
yes.
I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a problem.
But they're playing a back-to-back.
Jokic is going to take.
They're playing.
Oh.
Yeah, they're playing the Clippers tonight, and then tomorrow they're playing the Cavs.
Yeah, I got the Cavs still.
40 plus.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for Joker
Is Darius
triple double.
Garland playing? Darius Garland didn't play the last Cavaliers game, I don't think.
I don't
No, he
think he's
did play.
played. No, he didn't play.
I'm going with
I
the
get it.
Nuggets.
Me too.
Okay.
Me too.
I'm taking the Cavs.
Yeah, yours is warm.
Also earlier I didn't pick. I'm going with the Trailblazers.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think I'm the only one going for Indiana and probably the only one going for the Cavs. All right.
No, I just said Cavs too, Megan.
Oh, okay. All right, guys, let's move over to NCAA. We have had a ton of upsets this week, whether men's, women's. Talk to me about whatever upset or matchup was your favorite of this past week. Dom, starts off.
Just literally, like, I heard about it and I read about it and I saw highlights, but literally just yesterday, Providence beats number 4 UConn. Georgia Tech beats number 12 Miami. NC State beats number 16 Duke. Georgia beats number 22 Auburn. Like, wow. But my thing is, it's shocking, but at the same time, it's like
It's kind of normal.
it's TCU beating in not to like go off into football shit, but it's like early season basketball, early season college sports. It's all the same. Like teams that are ranked early in the year, by the end of the year, like it doesn't mean as much. I mean, to me, it does because like you play your schedule and whatever a team's ranked at the time, like that means something to me. But it's crazy. But I don't pay super close attention to college basketball until actually right around now, after the first of the year. But yeah, crazy. And I mean, Houston was what, number 2, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Produced
like, so many things are going to change. Really, what matters is it's the last 1 or 2 games of the conference schedule and then the conference tournaments, because teams get ranked higher than they should, lower than they should, and it's all about. And I mean, the crazy thing is, like, the Big Dance is far and away the best tournament, the best postseason tournament in all of sports, college or professional. And a team comes in hot, they get ranked lower than they should. Other teams get ranked higher than they should, and then all of a sudden, you get the 5-12 upset special. So hard to call.
They actually do.
Yeah. Okay. I want to talk about this one a little bit real quick. Yes, we did just fire our coach Chris Beard, which he was suspended indefinitely, and today we went ahead and fired him. I think it was the only thing we could do. There's no way that Chris could have came back on campus and saved face. There's no way. And I got to shout out Texas Tech, honestly. And I'm not a Tech fan. Obviously, I'm a UT fan, but it really looks like Tech dodged a bullet with Chris Beard. Yes, he did build the program. Mark Adams was with him helping build the program that entire time. He was their assistant. And so he was the right person to take over that team, obviously.
They got rid of him.
Only had 3 weeks after this happened. And then Tech only had 2 returning seniors from last year, or returning starters from last year, and they almost beat Kansas this week. So I think they're a really dangerous team. We'll go ahead and talk about what you wanted to talk about.
I'm with Dom. UConn losing twice in 1 week. First to number 22 Xavier, and then losing to Providence, who's not ranked. That's not good after a hot start like you had, and up showing people, hey, we are actually a good team. Then you lose to lower seeded team in the 20s, and then you lose to who's a conference rival, and then you lose to another conference rival in Providence. So losing to a 22nd ranked team and then an unranked team, not a good look for UConn.
Right. Joseph, what you got?
Real quick, I'll make it quick on this one. I will say, Dom, the early schedule conference games and the early schedule matter because when it comes to seeding, those quality, the 2-4 Q type, those come into play from early in the season. So the whole season does matter. But as far as this one, I haven't followed it too much to degree, but right around this time of the year, that's when you do start to see some big time upsets. The one team I'm surprised that to keep falling down is UConn, because I thought that they would be. They look like the UConn team that was gritty and stuff, but I haven't followed them too much. But losing twice in 1 week, it's a little tough, and life is a little bit difficult for John Shire in his first year at the Duke Blue Devils. But he's still maintaining fairly well because they're ranked. You know, people have some struggles, but that wasn't a good loss. But I'm happy it happened to Kai Potter.
All right, Jahan, what you got?
Well, I would just like to say shout out to the North Carolina Tar Heels men's basketball program for getting a much needed W against Wake Forest.
A week ago, they were.
What did you say?
I said they used to be. I said it a few times.
Worry about them Terps, man. Worry about them Terps. Where they at?
We
don't even touch
right.
that. I mean,
we right.
What they ranked in doing though?
We still making our play. We beat Illinois. We got some
what they ranked in doing? They need to come back to the ACC. They're not making them.
Will be ranked all year and out in the first round.
Anyway, before Joseph rudely interrupted me, shout out to the Wolf Puppies of North Carolina State for smacking Duke last night. I mean, put a shellacking on Duke.
Love that.
I love to see John Shire cry when it was 18-2. It was great.
Thank God, John went over.
By 24.
Look at him.
Woof.
Yeah, 24 points.
Woof.
At one point, it was 24-7 and 32-16 during the course of that game. So that was nice.
I hate Duke more than I hate the Cowboys.
As Will alluded to earlier, number 1 Purdue lost. So we're gonna have another number 1, which will make our 4th number 1 this season. It'll be the 4th number 1 ranked team this season. Started with the North Carolina Tar Heels, then it went to Houston, then it went to Purdue. Purdue has held on to the number 1 ranking for the longest period this season. And
they won tonight.
We are going to have a new number 1 in the rankings on Monday because Rutgers was able to upset Purdue.
No.
Kansas State pulled a shocking upset this week. They beat Texas.
Yeah.
And that was a bit of a shock.
K-State, let's go.
By
Go Wildcats.
No, Dom.
Shut
Go
up.
Longhorns. Hook 'em horns, baby.
It was by quite a bit too. Like it was 100.
Yeah.
Both teams had over 100 points, but there was like a 14-point deficit.
Yeah. Memory that came in my head, but it's kind of for Megan.
In the women's South Carolina, the beat rolls on.
We haven't discussed women yet.
Yeah.
Well, no. This was men's or women, whichever.
I didn't know that.
You said what, man?
Yeah, no, I realized what you were saying. NC State women's lost today to Boston College.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
The beat rolls on with South Carolina women. I mean, they may go back to back. A lot of people on this panel may not agree with that. Say it's hard to do.
Just put my name on it. Put my name on it.
Nah. I said this panel.
Unless you're Florida men's basketball, it's very hard to repeat in college basketball.
It's a little bit more feasible.
Or UCLA men's.
Y'all let Jahan finish.
But I just want to say, South Carolina women, that beat rolled on, man. Like when I thought they was getting it close because Georgia has a solid team. They were 11-4 coming into that game. South Carolina girls beat them by double digits, 17 to be exact. But we're gonna stick with the double digits, and then they had marched on to 14-0.
94-42.
Yeah, Auburn.
Against Auburn.
Yeah, South Carolina.
Oof.
To say
I
the
mean,
least.
Okay, so my favorite upset of the week was actually, and it pains me to say this, but because I hate both teams with a passion, but Baylor number 23 beat the Oklahoma women, who were ranked number 17, and they beat them 81-70. So any interconference losses is great for my Longhorn girls. So, and which they just beat TCU. So that's great. Love it.
In the women's, number 24 and number 25,
But Texas is
St. John's and Creighton both lost to Providence. Shout out to the Providence men and women's team for upsets this week.
I hate to
I was continuing to be a disappointment this year. They lost to Illinois, the women's.
Mm.
I think
Big Ten basketball.
Sorry to say this, but
to Jay's point,
I wouldn't be surprised if I was a first out in the NCAA March Madness. Don't get me wrong, Caitlin Clark's great, but you can't just rely on Caitlin Clark. You have to rely on your other players.
it's the same situation with Della Don when she was at Delaware. You know, she was the main girl. And
right.
He had unfortunate thing. Unfortunately, to Jay's point, and he knows this, Texas has unfortunately been on the wrong end of upsets. Because I remember when I was younger, there was one time Texas was ranked number 1, and then next, they had lost like 4 or 5 of the next 6 or 7, and it just turned. It was Rick Barnes, one of Rick Barnes last year. But I think y'all gonna bounce back. I think y'all need to get rid of Chris Beard, which was surprise. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Right, it is rising. Anybody else on NCAA? Anything?
Purdue survived today. They were losing, and they managed to pull it out.
Big Ten basketball is SEC football.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Not even close. ACC basketball.
The top 2 or 3 are very good.
Just a 2-point.
The rest are overrated.
Purdue, huh?
Yeah, they managed.
Okay,
They were down. They were down with some time to go and managed to win.
Stuart Scott, let's get it.
Yeah. Okay. So there are a lot of celebrity or athlete deaths that I think you kind of get a hold of you. For me, Prince was a huge loss, and then I think everybody, whenever Kobe and Gigi passed away, I think everybody was just stunned. But for me, Stuart Scott was one that just really kind of stuck out for me because my dad was diagnosed January 3rd, and the next day Stuart Scott died. And they're both my favorite sports journalists. So it was hard to take, and just always such a fan of Stuart. The catchphrases, the commercials were so funny, and just incredibly missed. He'll always be known for that ESPY speech, and he's missed so much. So any of y'all that want to say your favorite Stuart memory or something along those lines, and then I'm going to play a video.
So I'll go real quick. I grew up watching and listening to Stuart Scott growing up on ESPN. I'd put it on every morning before school starts as I was getting ready for school. And I remember his ESPY speech too. And he said, when you die, it does not mean you lose to cancer. You beat cancer by how you live and why you live and in the manner in which you live. And it always resonates in my head because my grandpa died of cancer in 2009, and our family friend's mom died of breast cancer in 2011. And I've known a lot of people impacted by cancer. It is a horrendous disease. Because my grandpa had it, it went away, and we were like, okay, he's good. He then got readmitted to the hospital, and it ended up killing him. My friend's mom was only, I want to say, in her mid-40s, maybe early 50s, mid-40s, I want to say. She passed away of breast cancer. And I always think of Stuart Scott when I hear that speech. And whenever I think of SportsCenter, sure, you got the originals like Chris Berman and Keith Olbermann and Bob Lee. But when I grew up watching SportsCenter, it was Stuart Scott. And Stuart Scott wasn't just known for SportsCenter. He was also at basketball games. He was a
Right.
diehard Tar Heel fan, if I'm not wrong. He was
Right,
a
yeah,
big
he was.
proponent when he raised his daughter so well. It reminds me how Kobe raised Gigi and his other daughter. And it just Stuart Scott, whenever I think in journalism and like peak excellence of you have reached the mountaintop, you can't go any further, you hit the summit. That's Stuart Scott. And Stuart Scott, whenever I talk sports or whatever, I always think I want to be like Stuart Scott.
Okay. Anybody else?
Stuart Scott to like commentary or sports journalism is like AI to the basketball culture. That's it.
Okay. Anybody else?
I know Stuart.
I'm gonna.
Shot for Stuart Scott.
Oh, I was gonna,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's get it.
Go ahead, Joseph.
I
So
got one.
a huge part of my life when I was a young man, especially embedded from my father, is to look up and try to, unlearn about strong African American men and various different fields, And so he had me study, Booker T. Washington, Dick Gregory, but he also had me start to learn up on Jim Nance and Stuart Scott. And Stuart Scott was one of the classiest guys out here. Seemed like a real fun person to be around. And when you saw the resounding effect of across ESPN when he passed, it was like you could feel that he had touched everybody's lives in ESPN
Right.
all over the world. But there's like how Craig Sager had hit as well. That's neither here nor there, but Stewart was the man. And I remember the speech that he gave at the ESPYs. And I remember when they had recognized another person in like an honor of him. And so it's crazy how time flies, because that was just around the 19, 20-year-old range. And here I'm 33. I didn't so long, but he's always missed. And for NFL games, talking about the best players, how he's interviewing the players, interviewing his co-host. I missed that dude. He's a good dude. He was a good guy to watch.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and play this video. You guys are more than welcome to
Can
stay
I do
on
something
the
first? Can I say something first?
Of course.
Stuart Scott. I love his catchphrases. The boom shakalaka, the cool is the other side of the pillow. Like he made sports interesting for impressionable minds that were just getting into sports when we were. Like Stuart Scott was everything that we needed. It like he was the quintessential brought you into sports. Be it him, be it Chris Berman, be it whoever you enjoy, but he was at the top of the list. And then finding out that he was a Tar Heel made it all the way greater for me. So, everything came full circle. Stu's one of the greatest to ever do it. Definitely one of the greatest Tar Heels to ever do it. And he's really missed. His color commentary, his style, his charisma. We lost a great one when we lost Stu, but his legend lives on.
So I'm going to play this video, but as soon as the show's over, you guys can stay on. You don't have to, whatever you choose to do. But once it's over, the show's over too. Thank you guys for watching, commenting, sharing the show, and I just appreciate you guys coming on like you always do. And this is ESPN's tribute to Stuart.
I'm afraid.
Shout out Stuart Scott.
Because I have an engagement to take care of real quick.
No problem. Do what you got to do.
See you later, JoJo.
Ouch! Oh my God, sister. Like that sounded.
Still love you.
She's like, oh, ouch! You can get out of here. Oh no, I'm gonna stay now because you told me you just dismissed me. I'm just joking with you, honey.
Did you guys hear anything? I'm sorry.
Y'all don't hear it?
No.
No.
Dang. It says the volume's all the way up.
I remember that day Hannah Storm did it, the broadcast.
So there's no sound?
No.
No.
Dang. Well.
Start over.
All right. I don't know why there's no sound. That's weird.
Happy New Year. Just getting in from a workout.
Look at Jahan from the low camera angle trying to look like he's tall.
You're so mean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna refrain from going where I was gonna go.
Go where you want to go.
No sound?
Nope.
Nope.
sound.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. Well, I shared it from my page, and
We tried.
if you want to watch, yeah, I tried. If you guys want to
He
watch
heard it.
If you guys want to watch it, then go watch it from my page. He's definitely greatly missed, and irreplaceable. So thank you guys for watching tonight, and we will be back next week.
Bye, y'all. Have a good night.
And you guys.